Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit your first video using Filmora 10. So you know that I published my first tutorial for beginner about Filmora 10 recently, maybe yesterday or today. And that's show you all the information about the user interface in Filmora 10. And now this is the time that you need to import your footage and edit it and then export it to final result with Filmora 10. So this video will cover all the stuff, basic editing and advanced editing technique in Filmora 10, and I will show you all the stuff that you need to know about this software to getting started with this software. Okay, and first thing first, this is not a completely free program, although you can download the software and use all the feature, but your output will be watermarked. To remove that, you need to purchase a license. It is very affordable, just $69.99 and I have a discount, 20% off discount coupon code in the description below, so be sure to check it out. Okay, let's go to the software. So here is Filmora 10 when I open the program, or you open the program sorry. And the first thing, we need to select an aspect ratio here for 16:9 for YouTube video. Just click on that, and now we're going to create a new project, and it will you will be redirected to the main editing workspace that you just seen at my previous video. You can watch it here, or maybe in the description below. Okay. Alright, so here is the user interface. So the very first thing you need to do is to import your footage or media files, video, image, background music, and sound effect into the software. To do that, you need to go to media. So at the media folder, you have your project media, and remember that all this folder you can create more folder, rename your folder. For example, if I have multiple camera, shooting video in multiple camera, I can create new folder. For example, here I go Filmora 10, like this. So it's up to you to organize your footage and when editing video. Okay, and you have share folder. That is something that you can use for next project. Here I have some background music and also some intro that I frequently use in my video. So the first thing, you need to import your media files into this folder. To do that, there's some way you can do that. So the first way, you can click on this plus button. Okay, you click on this plus button and then you select a file on your computer. So that is the first way, but I normally do in other way. I just open the folder on my computer and then I drag and drop it directly to this area. For example, I go back to my computer and then I prepare a folder of all the footage I'm going to use in this tutorial here, and then I select and then I drag and drop it into this area. Just do it. So now we have all the file here, and it has music and sound effect and also video and images, but it is not organized yet. Being mentioned that you can always select a view option here. For example, you can view by list view or last thumbnail view or something, but I prefer video thumbnail view. For example, you can change to list view, so there's more information about your footage here. For example, the name, the type, the frame rate, and in point and out point. Okay, so let's switch by thumbnail view, and there's some other option here. You can sort by name, duration, type, or date, or in ascending or descending. So you can try it if you want, and you can group also. Group by camera names and type and date created here at the library. Okay, so there is the first option, and for each footage here you will have a plus button. This means when you click on this button, you will drag and drop it onto the timeline. So that is the first way you can drag and drop your footage onto the timeline, and you can double click on your footage here to preview it on this area. For example, if I double click on this, it will play here. So this is the footage. Okay, so that's simple, right? And there's one more way you can import your footage into Filmora 10. That is, go to import, this import menu, and this import menu you can select import media file from your computer or import a folder, or you can even connect your phone, your DSLR or your GoPro Heroes to import into Filmora directly. Okay. So that is some way, and you can also import with instant cutter tool, and you can also import it, download photo from Flickr, but actually this feature I never used before. Okay, and there's another button here. You can also record your webcam and record your screen using Filmora 10. Okay, Filmora 9 also have this feature, and I use the screen recorder all the time, and record voiceover also. But when you record screen or record voiceover, your media file will be here. Okay, so this is a video that I'm going to use for this example. Okay, so before drag and drop or hit this plus button to bring your footage onto the timeline, you may need to set an in point and out point for your footage. To do that, just play the clip, double click to play, and then play the clip at the position you want to set the in point, and just press I on your keyboard. Press I, as you see here, and you can also adjust the in point on this preview window by press and hold this, and then slide it to the left or the right to change the in point, and this is the out point. But now for example, you can play it, and at this position you want to set an out point, just stop it or press O, and then press O. Now you have in point, this is in point, and this is out point. Now you can just click on the preview window and drag and drop it directly to the timeline. Okay, so, and there's a notification here when you have your footage different from your project setting. It will say, hey, if you want to keep your project setting or you want to change it to your footage setting. In this case, we keep project setting. Okay, let's click on that. That is the first way. You need to set an in point and out point. For example, if I want to just put this on the timeline, I can play it, put the playhead here, and then I select the image, and then I hit this button. Just click on this button, it will appear on the timeline at this position. Okay, so that's how you can preview your footage and how you can set in point and out point for your footage, and then drag and drop it onto the timeline. Now we can click this button to view everything on the timeline, maybe to stretch out the timeline like this. Now the first feature I want to show you is to split the clip and trim your clip. Okay, so to split your clip, it's very easy. You have keyboard shortcut, and also you have this button and this button to split your clip. And now, for example, if I want to split my clip at this position, yeah, let's play it to this position. I select the clip, and then I hit this button. Okay, this button to split. You see that? Now we can move the clip around the timeline. Okay, that is the first option. And the second option, you keyboard shortcut. Normally the default keyboard shortcut for splitting clip is Control B on Windows. I don't know on Mac, but maybe Command B on Mac. And you select here, and then you press Control B to split the clip on the timeline, right? So that is very simple. That is how to split the clip on the timeline. And remember, once you split your clip, for example, at this position, but if you want to have more of your clip or the same clip, you don't need to merge them. You don't need to put them here to merge, because you delete this one and the original file is still in your media library, and the program is still remember it. So if you want to extend it a little bit, you just click on the end, that is trim. This is called trimming. So you can trim out, or you can just extend your clip like this. Okay, so that is how to split and trim your clip in Filmora 10. This is very simple, right? And you can delete. You can press delete on your keyboard. So delete, there are two options. One is delete, normal delete, and the other option is ripple delete. The difference is simple. For example, here if I press delete, then it just leaves an empty space here. When I want to undo an action, I press Ctrl Z, and if I use ripple delete, it will delete the clip on the timeline and then move everything on the right to the left. Okay, that is ripple delete. For example, here I can right click on the clip and select ripple delete, or you can press shift down on your keyboard. Okay, and ripple delete, you see that it just moved from the right to the left. That is how to split the clip, trim the clip, and ripple delete and delete the clip in Filmora 10. So that's very simple, just like other software. And if you want to undo an action, you press Ctrl Z, or if you want to redo, you can press this button. Okay. So for example, if I have a clip here, I want to crop to an area on the screen. For example, I want to crop to this area. Cropping video also very common when editing video. So how to do that in Filmora 10? Firstly, you need to select the clip, and then you can click on this button. This is crop video in Filmora 10. When I click on that, you have a new window. So the new window has crop and pan and zoom. Pan and zoom is something that you want to pan left, right, or upward or downward. So that is a very interesting feature in Filmora 10. But now I will show you how to crop the video. If you want to crop, you select on crop. Then you have a rectangular box. And then if I want to crop to my face, I can just move this rectangular to my face. So that will crop to my face. But remember to select the aspect ratio. If you want to keep 16:9 aspect ratio, you only need to keep it here. If you want to crop in different shape, then you can just select custom, and then you can just move around the edge of the box to where you want. Okay, that is how to crop a clip. Let's change to 16:9, and you can also change the size of the shape here. For example, I want to 1000 here, and then 563, because it depends on the aspect ratio you choose. And then we click OK, and now the clip is cropped to my face at this position, right? If I want to crop back to full screen, what should I do? So it is very easy. You just split the clip at this position, and then do the same. You double click on the clip, and then go to crop tool again. Then you just need to adjust this box to full screen. Okay, so this go back to full screen. Let's click OK. And here's the effect with crop. Alright, so you know how to crop a clip, how to split the clip, how to trim, to delete the clip. Let's do some more fun. How to zoom and pan in Filmora 10. Okay, to do that, you go to the same tool, crop tool. You need to select, let's select the clip on the timeline, and then click on this crop button again. Let's click on that, and you see that here we have a crop tool, and here we have pan and zoom tool. So pan and zoom is very useful. It's a very useful feature in Filmora. Okay, let's select that. Now you see that we have an end point and start point. So that is two key feature. So that is two key things when doing pan and zoom. Okay, so you need to select this rectangular or resize it. Select a position for this rectangular and resize it to where you want to start, and this is a starting point of your zoom effect. And then you need to adjust the end area to where you want to zoom in or zoom out. Okay, and this effect will be zoom in. And now you need to keep your aspect ratio also if you don't want to have black background on left and or right side of your screen. And okay, so that is how you can adjust pan and zoom effect in Filmora. Okay, let's play it. Right. But remember, we have some preset here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 preset at this area. So if you will select this, it's one of the preset. Select this, so it will zoom at the center, zoom in at the center, and this one will zoom out at the center. Okay, and this is pan to the left, and it is pan to the right. Okay, so there's some preset zoom in and zoom out preset in Filmora 10. Okay, now it's 10, and this is the button to switch from starting point and starting frame and ending frame. Okay, you see here's the end and here is the start. If you click on this button, it will switch the position. Click on this, so now it becomes start here and end here. And when we click OK, we go back to the timeline and apply this effect. For example, like this. Ooh, nice, right? So that's how you can use pan and zoom. So normally crop, pan and zoom is in the same area, in the same feature of Filmora. Okay. Okay, so that is for the clip, and the image is the same. The image will be the same, so you can control the image like the same way like you control the video. Only minor difference. For example, this is an image on the timeline. When you select the image on the timeline, your speed control will become duration control. Okay, here is the speed control will be replaced by the duration, right? And you can select this one and select this box, and then you can change the duration of your photo, and maybe 10 seconds, and then click OK. Now let's learn how to control video speed in Filmora. Okay, so let's delete the timeline and bring drag and drop new footage on this. I'm going to use this one. Alright, keep project setting. In order to control video speed in Filmora, remember Filmora 10 doesn't have speed remapping or speed keyframing. So you need to when you need to speed up a clip, then you need to split it so you can control the speed of that clip only. To control video speed in Filmora, there's 2, 3 or maybe some different way. So this is the first way. You press and hold your control key on your keyboard, and then you hover your mouse to the edge of the clip, and then you can just drag it, click and drag it to the left or to the right. If you drag it to the right, you will make a slow motion video, right? And there's a number here saying how much speed have been slowed down or fast forward. This one, for example, I want to make a slow motion video, and this is a slow motion video, right? Let's play it. So it's slow, right? If you want to fast forward, then just press Control and then hover your mouse to the edge of the clip, and then drag it to the left like this. So this number will show you how much you have fast forward your clip on the timeline. It is 2.83, and it is fast. Let's play it. Choo. Too fast, right? So that is the first option. But how about control only a part? Control the speed of only a part of the clip. You need to split that clip. Okay. For example, this one. So being mentioned that you can always reset to your normal speed by clicking on this button and then reset to normal. Okay, and then I want to control only the speed of this part, then I need to split it. To split, press this button. Okay, and then we can maybe slow down a little bit. Slow down by press and hold our control key, and then hover to the edge. But we cannot drag it to the right because we don't have empty space on the right. Okay, so let's release it and then move this clip to the right. And now we can slow down this part, right? And press and hold my control key and then drag it to the right. That is how to make a slow motion video. Easy, right? So that is only the first option, right? And the second option, you can select the clip on the timeline, and then you can click on this button. It is a speed control button. And when you click on that, you have some option here. For example, you can open the speed control windows with the custom speed button here, or you can just select a preset, a slow down preset here, or fast forward preset, and you can even add free frame and reverse clip here. So now let's open the speed control windows, right? And there's a slider. When you type here, this is 1x is normal speed, and if you type 4x mean fast forward 4 times. Okay, and if you click on this button, it will reverse the clip. Okay, and now it just show you how to fast forward, and let's click OK. You see that? This is a number. It's a tiny number. I hate this because this Filmora 10, so it's the text and the button is very small. I hate this. Maybe next time in the next update, Wondershare will fix it. They will change it to bigger text. Okay, so that is how you can control the speed of your video inside Filmora. Okay, Filmora 10. And remember that If you cannot see the button here, or it's gray, then you didn't select anything on the timeline, so the button didn't appear here. For example, if I click on here, click anywhere on the timeline, so you will not see the button, right? And one more thing, if you want to access to any tools in Filmora, you just right click on the clip and then you see all of them here. So for this example, I just showed you how to control the speed, but if you want to have more control of your video clip, you can also click on the show property here, or you can double click on the clip also to bring up the property of the windows of the video. Okay. Oh, it's too hot. I need to take off my jacket. So you know how to control video speed in Filmora, right? And now I'm going to reset it to normal, and then now I'll put some more clip on the timeline and show you how to add the transition between clip. Okay, and now let's say this clip, and I want to trim it, shorten it, and then I bring down another clip here at this position, and I'm going to split this at this position and delete the rest. And bring down this one. Okay, so here is the timeline. I added some clip on the timeline, and if you want to add the transition between clip, then it's easy. Just you don't need to select anything on the timeline. Just go to the transition tab here, and there's a bunch of different kind of transition. You can select in the included folder and the film stock folder if you want. If you already download some transition, but I'm not. I'm just going to show you how to use a transition in Filmora 10. The first option, if you want to find any transition in this folder, you can search here. For example, if I want to have this soul transition, then I can type here this soul. Yeah, and here we can find the dissolve transition. And if we like this transition, we want to put it in our favorite, we can click on this heart button, and then next time we just go to this favorite, click on this, go to this favorite and find out transition in this box, and then we can drag and drop it between clip on the timeline. Okay, so to apply a transition, you can click on this button. Click on this button to apply the transition. Click on this button, and it's go where? I don't know. So to apply a transition in Filmora 10, you need to drag and drop it to the position between your clips on the timeline. For example, I want to apply this transition between this clip, and then I just drag and drop it right here. And this is a default transition, so it has duration that we have in this preference setting, right? And let's play it. So it's smooth, right? And to control the duration of your transition, you can double click on the transition on the timeline. Double click on that, and you have some option here, and this is the duration. You can change the duration of your transition here. For example, I want to change it to 1 second, and you can apply on. Click this button to apply on, meaning that if you have all other transition on the timeline, you can click on this button to apply all, so they have the same duration, 1 second. And this is the overlap. Meaning that it is overlap from the first clip to the second clip, and it is post prefix, so the transition only happen at the first clip, and postfix will happen at the second clip. Okay, and when you check this box, it will included your transition we included the trim frame. So trim frame, where the trim frame? Here is trim frame, the frame from here to here, from here to here will be trimmed for the transition. Okay, and now let's select the transition again and go back to overlap. So this is standard transition, right? And click OK. And remember, you can also shorten or extend the duration of a transition right on the timeline by selecting selecting this box, and then hover your mouse to the edge of the transition, and then you can drag it to the left, or drag it to the left to extend. Sorry again, drag it to the right to extend, and drag it to the left to shorten the duration of the transition, right, like this. And at this position, I want to add another flip roll transition. I can also drag and drop it here and shorten it. But the duration of this transition and this transition is different, right? So I can double click on the first one and I can choose type 0, and then I can type here 1. I want to change it to 1 second, right? 1 second for the first transition, and I want to apply all other transition on the timeline. I can click on apply all. That's easy, right? And now it's time to press the render button. Click this render button to get smooth playback when editing video. I can press it now and wait a second or wait a minute. It depends on how many clips you have on the timeline, because it say that rendering frame here. If you have many clips on the timeline, then you have to wait a long time. Wait for a long time. Okay, so let's press this button to view everything on the timeline, and let's play it to see the transition. How does it work? Okay. So that's smooth, right? So in Filmora 10, there's many different kind of transition you can use. Just drag and drop it on the between clip on the timeline. Okay, so that is how you can apply the transition and control the transition duration in Filmora 10. But there's many other tips and tricks about transition, but I can show you later in my next tutorial, or you can watch my previous tutorial about Filmora 10 and Filmora 9. It is almost the same, okay? And that is the transition. Now we want to apply an effect, a video effect to this clip. We can go to the effect tab here, and again it has 3 folders. One is favorite, and the other is included, and the other is film stock. So we just find the video effect inside this folder and then drag and drop it on the timeline. For example, I want to add a filter for my video to change the look of the video. I can select the included folder right here, and then I go to filter. Now we can add shake effect to this. If we click on shake effect here, but I want to add an Instagram live video filter, right? And we can preview the filter here. Ooh, I think this is nice. Now we can drag and drop it on top track to apply for all the track below it, like this. This is a video filter. So okay, and then we can play it now. You see that it changed the look of the video with just one filter. So there are many filters in Filmora 10. You can make use of it. And remember, you can always double click on the filter. Double click on the filter to adjust the intensity of the filter, right? Ooh, it crashed.
A few moments later.
And remember, you can always double click on the filter on the timeline, and to control the intensity, double click on that, or alpha parameter. I mean the intensity, because if it's too strong and then you want to reduce it, you just use this slider, adjust it. And different filter will have different control option. I mean different video effect will have different control option, right? So let's close it. For example, in the video effect, we have more than just filter. We have also shake effect and distortion and overlay and frame and many other, right? For example, if we go and we'll click on the filter, we have all the category here, and then we can choose shake. For example, shake effect this sideways, and then we can drag and drop it on the top track to apply for all the track below it. Let's play it. See that this is shake effect. And we can also have overlay on our video, right? In the same effect, we go to the effect, and then we select an overlay. We can overlay a frame here, this frame, for example. Just for example, here we have a new frame here, and we can also add static TV static at this position. So we can click on this, and then we drag and drop the video effect right here, right? Static. And to put it on the top track is one way to use video effect in Filmora 10. And you can also drag and drop it directly to the image or video on the timeline. Like this, if I want to have another filter, force film and flush, or I can drag and drop it directly to this clip on the timeline, right? To apply it. You see that? How it changes the look of the video. That's how you can use video effect in Filmora 10 and other Filmora version also. And now it's time to add some elements, because it is also very important category in Filmora, right? And we can select elements and then we can find an element, but normally elements are video. An element is a video or image or kind of preset. You need to shut it here and then also drag and drop it on top track to apply for the track below it. Now you cannot drag and drop it directly to the video, just put it at the track above it. Okay, for example, this is a pad. I can drag and drop it and click here. I can double click to download and preview it, and now I can drag and drop it, put it right here. Okay, so where it appear on the timeline, you can control where it appear on the timeline by moving it on the timeline like this at this position, and then you can select it on the preview window to scale and reposition it. For example, I want to scale it to make it smaller and move it to here and also rotate it here. And that is the first option to control an elements in Filmora 10. You can also double click on the elements and then you go to the transform tab, and there's some other compositing option here, but we talk about it later. Okay, so that is how to use the elements and how to put the elements on the timeline, right? And you can have many other elements here. Anything, just put it on the timeline and then you can reposition it and scale it to where you want on the timeline. That is how to use the element. And finally, okay, about the split screen, I think it's cool also. Split screen, to create split screen video. For example, you can drag and drop this template onto the timeline, right? Anywhere, just onto the timeline, and then you can double click on the split screen template, and then you can drag and drop your footage here, from here to here, to the first one and to the second one, to create a split screen template, a split screen video. Okay, like this. It has animation. Right, nice, right? Alright, so that is all the basic, and now let's go to some advanced video editing technique in Filmora 10. Okay, the first advanced technique feature I want to show you is how to remove a green screen background from your video. Okay, let's clean up the timeline, and now go back to my media, and this is a green screen. Okay, I use this one, the walking duck. To remove a green screen background from your video, you need a green screen video, and this is an example. I use this duck. Okay, and there's also some way you can use you can access green screen feature in Filmora 10, but the easiest way is just right click on the clip and select green screen. That is the easiest way, right? Select it. It will open the video property and it enable the chroma key here, so it automatically recognize the green color in your video, and it's just remove it. So you see that it's already removed the green screen, green background, right? But you can always use this color picker to select the color you want to remove on the screen. Not only green, but maybe I want to remove this color. I can select here and it will remove that color in my video. Okay, and let's go back and remove green screen. Okay, and the next option you need to consider is offset tolerance and egg thickness, egg filter, and also alpha channel. If you click on alpha channel, then you can see which color or what colors have been removed from your video, and to adjust the offset and tolerance. So to make a perfect green screen video. Okay, and I have a tutorial on this on my channel also. You can check it maybe in the description. Okay, that is how to use green screen feature in Filmora 10. And how about motion tracking? Yeah, you can track the motion of this duck. Okay, and now I can double click. Let's bring back the duck here. To use the motion tracking, also some way, right click, select the button and show up the property, and then I can just double click on the duck to show up the property, right? And then I can enable motion tracking. So we have a square box here on the preview window. It is a tracking point. If we want to track this duck, we need to resize it. We need to resize this box to cover this duck. I don't know, maybe I just want to track only the his head. I will put this tracking area to his head, and then I can press the track button here, but make sure that I will put my playhead at the beginning of the video. Okay, and then I will hit this button to track. Now Filmora will track the movement of the duck, and when it finishes, we can attach text, image or video to this clip. Okay, so it finished. Now we need to put something on the timeline to follow the movement of the duck. Okay, let's select a text, and this one, just a random one. Okay, and now we need to position the text right here, scale it, put it right here. So you will see that the text will follow the motion of the duck, the head of the duck. And then double click on the track, the video track of the duck, and then edit this drop down menu. Select the title number 41, and then finish the motion tracking. Actually, I have a very interesting motion tracking tutorial about Filmora 10. Right here. You can check it out, okay, or at the description below. Okay. So how about animation keyframe? It is also very interesting. It's a very interesting feature in Filmora 10, right? But before using that, I want to scale down the duck and then scale up and then move it to the left. But before using animation keyframe, I need to remove the motion tracking, because in Filmora 10 you cannot use the motion tracking and animation keyframe at the same time. So let's disable the motion track, and then click yes, and then go back to delete the title track, and then I can double click on the clip again. You see here there's an animation tab here. Before it is motion, now it become animation. Okay, so the first one I want to scale it down, so I'm going to customize, and at this position I want to add a keyframe. Let's add a keyframe. So this is a normal situation of the clip, and then I move forward 1 2 3 3 4 some frame, and then I scale it down. I adjust the scale it down, okay, like this. So you see that there's an animation arrow here. So let's zoom in a little bit. So here we have an animation arrows, and then we can also increase the duration of the animation or reduce it, but let's stick with this and let's see the effect. Scale down, right? And now I want to scale it up, and all I need to do is to stop here, and then I scale it up like this. Ooh, very big, right? You see that there's a connection between the second keyframe and the third keyframe, and this is the effect. Okay, now I want to add another keyframe to move the duck away. Okay, and then I need to add another keyframe. I will add it here. So this is a normal, and go forward 1 2 3, maybe some frame, and then now I will use the position to move it away. Okay, and I adjust it to move it away. Actually, I can click on the screen and then I move it out of the frame, and it also okay. But I want to adjust this one. And now let's see the the complete animation keyframe from here. So that's interesting, right? This is a very nice feature in Filmora 10, and we can be more creative when editing video. Okay, so let's stop with the animation keyframe. Let's delete all the keyframe here. Delete the effect. So we come back to the dark with a green screen. Okay, how about adding text to your video? Okay, so when you finish editing, finish cutting and finish sampling, adding transition and speed control and remove green screen, you need to add text to your video. Let's do it. In Filmora 10, you can go to title. So everything about text is in title title tab on the on one of this 7 main category. So you would go to title, and then you can go to your included folder, and then you can select a title here. There's many different type title, including preset and animation. For example, if you want to, you can drag and drop this title on the timeline and then play it. Right, and then you can double click on the title box on the timeline to customize it. I just double click it, and then we can change the title here. For example, Jacky. Okay, and then you can also change the fonts, Debas, Neo, and then change the size to 100, and also bold. So many options here for the text. You can control the text, and you can also select a preset for your text here, and you can also go to animation to control the animation of your text. Right, that is the basic, and there are many options right here. The basic text editor in Filmora 10, and you can scale it down and rotate or something like that. But you can also go to advanced text editor by clicking on this button to go to advanced text editor. Okay, so here is the advanced text editor of Filmora 10. You have so many options here. You can just resize the text, or maybe add more shape and add shape here and there, and then you can also add more text here. So there's so many features in this text editor, and it's advanced text editor, and you can always make use of this when adding title, subtitle, and credit, and all other stuff about text to your video in Filmora 10. Okay, so for this example, I just click OK and then go back to the timeline. This is a text. Messy text. Oh, alright, so there's some more feature I want to show you. So just taking snapshot with this button here. For example, if you go back to your media, and then you can taking the snapshot of this screen and file it here. It will appear in this folder, and you can file it, relocate it, review in Explorer. That is how to take a snapshot in Filmora. And not only Filmora 10 and Filmora 9 and Filmora 8 is the same. Okay, and here's the image, the snapshot. Now let me show you how to add a background music, and how to add sound effect, and also control how to edit audio in Filmora 10. Okay, let's clean up this timeline first. Let's delete it. To add a music or background music to your video, to your project, it's very simple. You do the same way with video or image on the timeline, and then you just find the music and then drag and drop it onto the timeline like this. Drag and drop it here, you see. But before doing this, you can also enable the beat detection option in Filmora 10. It is very powerful because the program will mark the beat of the music for you, so you can just cut and trim the clip according to the beat, right? And to do that, let's delete this one. To do that, you can just select the clip, select the music file in your media library, and then right click on it. You can right click on it, and then you turn on this beat detection. You click on this beat detection, and now the program will detect all the beat for you. And then you can right click again and select the beat option. You see here, if you mark every 4 bits, then it's only the red marker. But if you you change it here and turn off here and mark highlight offset 2 bit, it is down bit, and then it will mark also the up bit and down bit in your video, in your music track. Okay, let's click OK, and then OK, and then I can drag and drop this on the timeline, right? On the timeline, you see the bit here. Nice, right? So there's bit detection here, and so you can just put your clip here and then split it according to the beat of the music. So that's very interesting. So split this one and then delete this one, and then bring down another clip here, and then split at the beat position, right? That is very interesting option, beat detection option in Filmora 9 and Filmora 10. Now it's Filmora 10. But how about remove the audio of your video? You just, very simple. You can select the audio here, the audio. I don't know, this has no audio. Sorry, we need to import another footage with audio. Okay, so let's drag and drop a new clip with the audio inside to the timeline. For example, this one. And if you want to separate the audio of the video, this is the video. So with audio, right? And you just right click on the clip. Right click on the clip and select detach audio. So you can detach the audio, separate the audio of the video. Or you can just mute the audio. Click on this button, mute the audio of that video clip. And now if you select detach audio, there's a new audio here, and you can move it around or just press delete to delete the audio of your video. Okay, so that is very simple. And now if you want to adjust the audio of the music and adjust the audio of the of your video, you can use this line. You see this line to increase. If you want to increase the volume of your audio, you can just drag and drag this line up and drag this line down to reduce the volume. So that is the first option. If you want to fade in and fade out the music, you can do this. You see that this white dot here, you can drag it to the right to fade in, and then at the end you can also drag it to the I'm sorry, it's too long, so I will shorten it. Okay, and then I view it all the timeline. And now we see here there's a white dot here, and then we can drag it to the left to fade out the music. And you can also have more control of your music by right click and go to adjust audio. Okay, at the adjust audio you have many options such as fade in and fade out. You can apply the effect right here, and you also can also change the pitch of your audio, your voice or your audio and your music, and drag the slider to the left to reduce to have low tones, and to the right higher tone. Okay, and equalizer, you can also check the equalizer here. There's some preset here for you, and you can click on this customize to customize your audio. Okay, but now I will leave it by default. And here we have an option to denoise. Denoise means removing background noise from your video. If your video has so many noise, especially when you're shooting outside, you can enable it, remove background noise, and increase the level of this feature. Okay, and this is a new feature in Filmora 10, ducking, audio ducking. Audio ducking, if you use this, if you have a voiceover track here and you enable this audio ducking, when you speak, when there is voiceover in the video, the other track volume will be low down. Okay, so the audio ducking is very interesting feature in Filmora 10. So I will make a more tutorial on this too. Okay, and being mentioned that you can also control the volume of your video clip here. You see the line, you see this line change when I drag this slider up and down. okay, and this is to normal position. So that is how you control the volume of the audio in your video using Filmora, right? And one more interesting feature of Filmora is the audio keyframe. You can also add an audio keyframe here with this button. For example, at this position, I want to add an audio keyframe, so you just add a point here. And at this position, I want to add another keyframe. And at this position, I want to add another keyframe. Now I can load out the volume of the background music at this position only. And we also need to adjust to add another keyframe at this position if we don't want to load out the volume of the rest of the music track like this. And then we can drag this down. Okay, so let's play it to see how the audio keyframe works, right? Nice, right? And remember, you can also access to the audio mixer here to control all the track on the timeline, including the master volume and also the right ear, left ear, and also adjust the audio of each track on the timeline. Okay. And finally, when you already finish everything and edit audio, add background music and sound effect, everything, you need to do some color correction for your video. How to do that in Filmora 10. It's the same with Filmora 9. By the way, I will show you how. For example, on this clip, you can double click on the clip, right? And then you have here at the video, at the property, you have the color. So you have some option for color correction here. For example, you can select color enhancement. So we can click this one to have an automatically adjust the color of your video. But I never believe this auto function. So let's reset it. And for the white balance, you can control the white balance here. For example, the temperature of the video and also the tint. So these are basic color correction tools in Filmora 10, and we have advanced color correction tool, but later I will show you. And here we have a 3D LUT, so it's possible to apply LUT to the video right here. For example, here we have a bunch of built-in LUT here, and we can also load new LUT from our computer. If you have new LUT, you can download it somewhere and then you can apply it to your video. Okay, and for example, I change it to Batman. Cool, right? It's easy. So this is the basic, and you can click on this advanced tool to go to advanced color correction tool in Filmora 10. Click on this. So this is a color correction in color correction tool in Filmora 10, and we can enlarge it. And remember, you have here the I button and show original, meaning that no color correction, and comparison view. Here you can disable comparison view or side by side view. This is before and this is after, so it will show the original clip and the clip after you have color correction. After color correction, okay. And on the left side, you have a bunch of preset. Here, film. You can just double click on the preset to apply it for your clip, and you can also click on this adjust button to have more control of your color. Okay, change it white balance and 3D LUT and color, change it exposure, brightness and contrast and vibrant and saturation. Also HHL here, select a color, select yellow, and then I can increase the saturation of the video and huge and luminous, and also increase the vignette. And so there are many options here to color grading your footage. By the way, it is a little bit limited compared to other professional video editor, because we have only the histogram here. We don't have color wave and vector scope or something like that. And so that is the limitation of Filmora, and I hope that we improve this feature in the future, like adding more feature to this color grading tools. Okay, and then click OK when you have everything ready, right? So finally when you finish your project, you need to export it, right? So we have the export button here, or we have the export tab here. You can select the export tab and select create video, or you can just click on this export button. Let's show you how to export it. And now we have different options for exporting. Local, meaning that you want to save it to your local computer, and choose a format MP4. Normally for YouTube I would choose MP4. WMV is okay, also HEVC, codec, AVI. So there are many options here. If you want to export only the audio, you can select here MP3. And for device, it will customize for each device, including the resolution and the frame rate and something more. But I never use this one because I just uploading my video to YouTube, so I always choose local and save it to my computer. I choose MP4. And YouTube, here you have the option. You have the option to sign in with your YouTube account, and Filmora can export the video and then upload to YouTube for you. Okay, but I also never use this one. It is a useful feature, but before uploading to YouTube, I want to double check my video, so I just save it to my computer. Okay. And Vimeo and DVD, you can even create a DVD with Filmora 10, but I also never use this one because now I just create video and save it on my computer and upload to YouTube. I never create a DVD, but you can try it also. Okay. And when you are okay, you need to go to more setting. For example, here the files, test file, and here's the location where you want to save your file. And then you can click on this setting and to check for the codec, the encoder, and resolution, frame rate, and then also increase the bit rate for the best video quality. You need to maybe 20,000 kbps or 30,000 kbps for YouTube video. And for the other commercial video, maybe you can choose 80,000 or 100,000 kbps. It's up to you. But the more bitrate you choose, I mean the higher bitrate you choose, the larger the size, the file size is. Okay. And now Filmora has even up to 150,000 kbps and custom. And if we select custom, then we can select maybe 1 million. No, just 100,000. So the maximum kbps you can select is 150,000 kbps in Filmora. Alright, and let's click OK, and then click export to export the video. So that is everything you need to know about Filmora 10. I hope this tutorial will help you learn Filmora 10 faster and make your first video here on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!